All right, welcome everyone to the second episode of the Heart to Heart podcast. My name is Hafiz, and today our topic is going to be on mentality, and we have a special guest, boy Timothy Spokes. So what's up?
Whoa, what's going on? How you doing, bro? What's up with you? What's up with you though? What's up,
Oh,
yo?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm excited
Okay,
for this
okay,
episode. We're yo, it's gonna be this is gonna I think this is probably gonna be one of my favorite episodes. Let's see how
okay,
it goes though. All right,
okay,
let's
okay, okay.
jump right into it. Ready?
Hey yo, you ready?
Please don't make this complicated. What about the time we wasted on our love? And I can't keep the things we traded.
All right. So, the first aspect of it is obviously the game aspect of it, and so once again, the game that we're playing today is one where we're going to be giving each other one word. All right, one theme, one topic, and the other person is going to have to come up with 15 words that relates to that one specific word, that specific theme. Ready?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Let's go. All right. So, um, I'm gonna hit you with a word real quick. Okay. So your topic is gonna be smartphone.
Like smartphone?
Smartphone. Yeah.
Okay. Apple, Android, iPhone, LG, Samsung. I'm gonna say dumb people. I'm gonna say social media. I'm gonna say Instagram, TikTok, um, YouTube, um, Snapchat. I'm gonna say camera, like the camera roll, and I'm gonna say the gallery. I'm gonna say the photos because Google got their own photos thing, and I'm gonna say Google by itself because Google has its own stuff on there. So yo, the
Yeah. I
Pixel.
made that too. That's too easy, bro. You nailed that.
Come on,
Nah, nah.
do this. Can
Yo,
you
yo.
freestyle
Next.
that? Like,
Yeah, bro. Next time, I'm gonna make it real challenging, bro.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Nah, but I just realized how easy smartphone is. Like you could list 15 apps that you use. Like
Yeah,
bam. Fair play though. You did get them. I'll give you full credit for that. I'll
there you
give you
go.
full credit for that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you did get it. You did get it. Fair play. All right.
Are you ready?
Go. Yes, sir.
Ring light.
Okay. Hold on. Come up with time. Okay, ready?
Yep.
All right. Actual light, studio light, uh, lamp, um, sun, sunshine, screen, laptop, phone, um, yeah, diffuser, um, TV, um, screen.
You said
Uh,
screen. You already said screen. You already
shit.
said
Okay.
screen.
iPad, iPhone, um, Samsung phone, uh, LG phone. Um, what else? What else? What else? A Google phone, like a Pixel. Is that 15? I
I
think
think
I
I
think
guess that's 15. I think that's
I
15.
think it's 15. I think so.
Okay.
I don't even know if they all work there. I just saw some random things there.
That's an actual light. What the? Where's that?
I mean,
You
I realized that was the most descriptive answer out there.
like
I'm
he's
just
an
warming
actual, he's an actual light.
up.
What is actual light? What is it? I don't know what that is. I don't. All right,
See,
all right.
why I said actual light, what I was picturing is like the light on like on top in the room, right? Just the one that shines the entire room. But I realized
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right.
I get your point.
Yeah, I
I get your
know.
point.
All right.
I get your
Okay,
point, bro.
okay.
All right, cool. Okay, next word. Ready?
All right.
Chair.
Okay. Sitting, um, standing, walking, walking chair. Wheelchair. Yeah, I don't want to say this. That's bad. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say laying down. I'm gonna say bed because relates bedroom. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say blankets. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say shelter. I'm gonna say legs. I'm gonna say cushion. I'm gonna say brown because most chairs are brown and shit. I'm gonna say kitchen chair. I'm gonna say stool. I'm gonna say recliner, and I'm gonna say dad chair.
Nice. Just a little bit over the 45 seconds, but nice. That's all right. That's all right. That's good. Did you say bedroom is one of them?
Yup.
Okay. Because you could sit on a chair in the bedroom.
Exactly. It's related.
Gotcha.
Relate-
All
it's
right, all right,
related.
all right. I see. Fair play. Yeah, well done, bro. Well done.
Come on now. The mentality is up here. See what I'm saying? Like,
Indeed. Look at you already hyped up for this episode. Let's go. I'm hyped too.
come on, you know this. You know the games. You know we conquer games, bro. We conquer games.
Always.
We body games. Okay.
Always.
Are you ready for yours though? You ready for yours?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to kill it. Let's go. He's just looking around his room right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking. Paint.
All right. Red, blue, green,
Wow.
yellow, orange, violet.
Wow.
Thin, watery paint. A Canadian Tire, Walmart, Home Depot. Who else sells paint? I don't. Wall, table, desk, dresser. That's 50.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
I know the colors. Just
I say, yo, blue, violet. I'm like, yo,
I ran
don't
through
mean
all the
that.
colors.
not the same. Okay, it's not the same.
Hey, man, listen. It works. There are different types of paints.
I can't be doing
Hey, man,
that.
what can I say?
Actually,
Yo?
yeah, technically I can't say that because I said Apple, LG, Android.
Hey, there you go. That too. But like, not you. Yeah, you think smart mentality. Work smart.
Yeah, I think smart style. Yeah, I think smart.
Exactly.
Style.
Always. All right. So we're gonna jump right into the second aspect of this podcast. So first question I'm gonna ask you is, and yeah, okay. So what is mentality? Like when people say mentality, I think everyone has like a different meaning about it. But like, what is mentality?
To me, I would say mentality is your willpower. Your willpower to do something or not to do something. It's like your thought process of, am I gonna do this or I'm not gonna do this? Right? So everybody has their own mentality on different things that happen in life. It's basically your thought process on things and your reasoning skills on things. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. I guess I do agree with that definition of mentality. I think mentality is a bit deeper than that. I think
It is.
that's definitely it's definitely one aspect of it, but mentality generally is defined, or how I see it is, it's you and how you react during the tough times. Because when things are going easy, it's very, very easy to like do what you need to do or what you want to do. But like when things get hard, right? How you react and your mindset at that specific stage
Mhm.
is what determines your mentality, the mentality that you have.
Mhm.
And I think today a lot of people today really don't, we're not like, the environment that we grow up in really doesn't train us to have the right mentality.
Mhm.
Like, sure, we've all been told, or most of us have been told growing up, hey, never give up, etc., etc. And they're all correct. But when you're not really given guidance, when you're not really told how to go about a scenario like that, how to react to a scenario like that, the steps that you need in order to um push past the struggle that comes with, well, just life in of itself, right? Because there's no real guidance in that aspect of things. I think a lot of us don't really have an idea of how to approach or how to have the right mentality, and like what to do to get the right mentality. What do you think is one of the most important things that anyone could have in order to like achieve that mentality, the right mentality, the elite mentality?
I feel like experience. And when I say experience, I just mean um that can either be like real life experience or that can be like what you learned somewhere. Because the thing is, like mentality in general, people have quote unquote weak mentalities, or people have like not strong enough mentalities because then I feel like people are not constantly trying to grow and build their mentality so they can handle certain things and overcome certain things. So it's like when something goes wrong, they have a people with a weak mentality will just automatically just give up on everything and say, yo, no, this is what it is. I'm just gonna let it happen, right? And people with a strong mentality will see it as a growth session or see it as like what it's the positivity that lies inside that situation, right? So a lot of people see it that way, and like I said, it's about experience. Some people, here's the thing, we're all gonna go through situations where we're like we have a bad quote unquote bad mentality, but I feel like for certain situations, here's the thing. I feel like bad mentality doesn't exist until you go through that situation. Reason being why I say that is because if something you had a loss in your family, you never had a loss before in your family, who's to say that you have a bad mentality because you're upset about that loss happening compared to someone who also had a loss in the family? Yo, use that as a strength, use that as a strength to overcome different things. They've been through that already. So they have experience, right? So they know how to overcome those things, right? But if you're just dealing with it now, then you don't have a quote unquote strong mentality. So I feel like a lot of times that word strong mentality, it comes from having that experience and understanding the situation that you're already in. You know what I mean? Compared to saying, oh, you don't have a strong mentality because you weren't in that situation. So you don't know how to react. You don't know how to handle it. Right. So that's what you learn over time. So that's how you build your mentality, by learning over time. That's my opinion on that. That was deep. Shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. I actually never really thought of it from that perspective, but I'm glad you brought it up because I definitely do agree with you in the sense that your experience is what allows you to I guess grow from it, to know how to react in the future and whatnot. But I think one of the things that we don't do enough today is put ourselves in a controlled environment where, and not necessarily this doesn't apply to all situations, right? But generally, what we could do is we have the ability to put ourselves in a controlled environment where we're pushing ourselves outside our comfort zone. So in a situation or in a scenario where we do end up where we do end up with that unfortunate experience, we've had a similar replica that's less damaging already there. So it's like we're like halfway there already, is basically what I'm trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's uh, as you know, young people growing up and whatnot, I think that's what we should be doing right now. Like that's, if we're not doing it now, when life really hits us, it's gonna hit us, and it's gonna hit us hard, and then it's gonna be a lot harder to handle. With that being said, uh, another thing that I feel like we don't do enough is, or another thing that I feel like constitutes to like a weaker mentality, is not learning from what's previously happened, right? So we'll have something unfortunate happen, and then we won't even take a lesson from it. We'll just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, knowing that it takes us nowhere, right? So it's I think it's there's like different aspects and different like perspectives to things and whatnot. But I definitely agree with your point. I like the point that you made there. Experience definitely makes a big difference, but also uh your surroundings, right? The people you're around, the type of things that people you're around do, why they do it. There's a lot of other factors that jump into, you know, mentality, and like the mentality that you have, and whether it's a winning mentality or you know, a losing mentality.
And I definitely feel you on that. I feel like um people don't ever like learn from the situations. That's why they constantly go through the same thing over and over and over again until they finally learn from the situations. And I feel like it's because people think that they made it, you know, and I feel like they're where they're supposed to be. They finally reached this place in life. And the thing is, like, you'll never reach a point in life where everything is just good now. You made it, you have your car, you have your house, you have your family, everything's good now. Your life goes on, always goes on, right? It'll never stop. And you'll never stop growing. And that's the thing you have to understand, is that you'll never stop growing. No matter what happens, you will always be growing in life until the day you die. Like, it's one of those, like, I think people think when they get money or they get rich or whatever, they have this life is just good now. No, you still got to work. You still got to go through stuff. You're still going to go through sickness. A lot of things you're going to go through, either because life goes on. And that's the thing about anything, about our mentality too. That's the thing about having a strong mentality. You have to understand internally that life goes on. But you're going to have bad days, bro. I said this like a couple of days ago. The moon shines in the darkness, right? And no matter what, the moon is always still shining, right? Even if it feels like a half moon some days, or feels like a full moon some days, right? We only see the half, or we see the quarter, or whatever we see on the moon, but it still shines, right? Even if it's covered by clouds one day, it's still there. You know what I mean? So you gotta look at yourself as that moon, because the moon can shine in the darkness, and so can you, right? So that mentality that you gotta have is like, when you're going through dark situations or darkness in your life, you gotta still shine. You still got to come out shining, because at the end of the day, it's about having that good mentality, saying, listen, this is another season that's going to pass, because everything passes by. Everything passes by. Nothing really stays the same ever. I feel like there is no such thing as the same. It always changes in some type of way, right? Over time in general, right? So it's like, what you got to understand is that, listen, if you want to have that strong mentality, you got to constantly be growing, have a growth mindset, instead of having a stagnant one where you think that you made it. Because I don't think you'll ever make it, ever. You know what I mean? It's like, you keep going and keep striving, stop to look out and see how far you made it, and keep going and keep striving. You know what I mean? Because, like, I think that's another problem too. People keep going, and never take a time to look back and be like, wow, look what I accomplished. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion on that. Yo, what do you think about that?
Yeah. No, okay, so just to allude to the last point that you made real quick, the fact that people keep going, they don't really stop to look back, to look back at what they've accomplished and whatnot. I think that's what leads to a burnout. The lack of taking a step back, realizing, yo, we're human beings here, right? We still, like, we're not machines. We're not meant to be like constantly working. Like, we're meant to be working a lot, but we're also meant to, you know, allow the human side of us to live, really. And so I think that's a really important point, something that a lot of us miss, um more than usual. And just to continue off that topic, right? We tend to forget to celebrate the little things that happen in life. One thing I noticed is, when there is something that's relatively significant in life, right? Because you're going through, because you're doing it yourself, right? And if you're not necessarily getting significant praise from other people, you might assume it's not something that's worthy of celebrating or whatnot. And I think that happens a little too often with a lot of people. A lot of people I've spoke to, they don't feel like they're like what they've accomplished is worthy enough, when in reality, at the very least, let's assume you haven't accomplished much. What you've accomplished is the foundation for what's to come in the future. You've started things off right now, and that's enough of a reason to celebrate. But as you said, it's not as you should it should not be a situation um where you stop and, like, assume you made it. Yeah, there is no such thing as that. I mean, you could claim you made it, financially, but there's no such thing as making it in life. There's no such thing as winning in life. There is better mentality than others. But in terms of winning in life, I don't know. At least as of now, I personally don't believe that it exists, because with every pro comes an equal con that you're gonna have to deal with. Um, and it's a circle of life. I think it's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I think it's definitely.
No, it's true, man. Like, bro, you'll never reach that point. So But at the same time, that doesn't mean like don't strive for anything. You know what I mean? And I really do encourage. I like what you said there about how looking at the little things. Looking back at the little things you accomplished, because those things matter too. Because without those little accomplishments, you wouldn't get the big accomplishment at the end of it, right? So you got to go through those little things to actually reach the final goal. And I feel like sometimes we don't ever acknowledge that. We never say, yo, what am I striving for? What's bigger than this? What am I really striving for? And how has this situation I've went through helped me reach me close or bring me closer to my goals? Right? Like every little thing you go through, you got to be like, yo, listen, I'm proud. I'm happy to talk on this. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to do this. I'm happy to do this. Because those are the things that will actually propel you to where you need to go. Right? And and funny enough, those are the things that prepare you to where you want to go. You feel what I'm saying? And if you don't allow that preparation to get in there, then you're just gonna be, you're never gonna be ready, and you're never gonna receive that because you're never ready, right? So that's why I encourage people to just start. Whatever you want to do, just start, because the moment you start is the moment you head towards your destiny.
Definitely. And that's the thing, right? I think a good way of visualizing is like walking up the steps, really, like the stairs, really, right? Like certain people will have the ability to like jump a couple steps, but those people usually have a heads up either in other departments, right? So like if you're physically trained, then yeah, you could like from a fitness aspect, right? If you physically fit and whatnot, then yeah, maybe you could hop a couple of steps. But for most people, for almost everyone, if you're not taking that one step, you're not reaching the top. That's it. Or you're not even going places and whatnot. Let's talk about something that I feel is gonna be something that a lot of people wanna um discuss a little bit at least. Um so when we think of motivation, I think most people think of the wake up at 5 a.m. workout type of scenario. And one of the things that I like that I heard and that I think is totally accurate is your mentality is you when you least want to do what you need to do. And I use the word need here in terms of like achieving your goals and whatnot. And so the point and the perspective that that scenario was referring to was um fitness related. How do you stay physically fit and whatnot? And so they were talking about waking up every day 5 a.m., going outside, going for your daily run, planning your workout, etc., etc. How does someone get motivated to do that when they don't feel like it? Like they want to, but they don't feel like it, if that makes sense.
All right, so let me say this. Not everything is for you. When I say that, this is what I mean. Somebody else's definition of success doesn't mean that's your definition of success, right? So just because someone else wakes up at 5 a.m. every morning and does a workout and does a routine, right? Cool, that's cool for them because that works for them. But if you decide to wake up at 7 a.m. every morning and work out and do your morning routine, that's totally fine too. I feel like we live in a world of influencers, right? Being an influencer myself, being influencers, and we all try to follow what other people are doing, but forget that we're different from them, that we're completely different from them. They have different mentalities. Not even mentalities, they just have different lifestyles that they live, right? Of course, it's nice to wake up at 5 a.m., right? But are you willing to go to bed at 9 or 10? You know what I mean? Like, and if that's not your lifestyle, then it's like you can't implement that. Not saying you can't. You can always do whatever you want, right? But the thing is, like, you have to look at yourself and say, is this something that I want to do? Right? Because there's so many things online, of what you can do. You can start up today, start a business, whatever. But is that what you're called to do? Is that what you want to do? Right? So I feel like in terms of stuff like that, if you want to build your mentality, figure out what works for you. What works for you? Maybe waking up at 11 a.m. works for you and going to bed at 1. You know what I mean? Like maybe waking up at 8 a.m. every day and like doing your routine until like 10. Like, whatever works for you, do that. Like just experiment for a week of what you like to do. Some people are some people are morning people, some people are night hawks, like night owls. But some people are like that, and that's the thing. So you got to figure out who you are. If you don't figure out who you are, then you're always going to try to follow somebody else, and you get influenced by somebody else. So you got to make sure you understand who you are, so you don't get influenced by the wrong person to change you to someone who you're not. Right?
Definitely.
And so at the end of the day, don't always look at somebody else and take it with a grain of salt. Try it, experiment, see if you can wake up at 5 a.m. See how you feel. I know me personally, I can't do it. I wake up at 6 or 7. That's me, right? Like personally, I'm not bro. Elon Musk wakes up at 8 a.m. What do I look like waking up at 5 if Elon Musk is waking up at 8 a.m., bro? What are you telling me right now? What are you telling me, bro? Elon Musk. Like, so like if he can do that, then I'm like, okay, yo, he can do that. Like, yo, I don't need to be waking up. And when I heard that, bro, I was like, I don't need to be waking up at like 5, bro. I don't even do that. If he's waking up at that and he's a billionaire, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Like, I don't, so to figure out, because like, here's the thing, bro. This is what it's about. Time management. That's all it's about. Time management. People wake up at 5 a.m. because they're like, okay, yo, I have more time on my hands. Not really. It's the same amount of time. You have to go to bed at 10 or 9. You have to, because how you wake up at 5, bro. You can't go to bed you can go to bed at 12, wake up at 5. You can do that if you want, or 11 if you want to, but like you want to get that full 7, 7, 8, you gotta wake up go to 9 or 10, right? So you're using that compared to me waking up at 8 and going to bed at like 12. It's the same type of time frame. Like you still got the same time. So what you got to focus on is your time management skills. How much time do you waste on social media? How much time do you waste on your phone? How much time do you waste watching videos, watching Netflix? How much time do you wasting watching movies on Disney Plus? Like how much time do you waste? How much time do you waste playing video games? Right? People waste time all the time. So the main thing, what you got to understand is this. The thing you got to understand is this. How do you figure out and work on your time? One thing I recommend people to do, because I did this, take a week off social media and really see. When I say social media, I mean your phone. Like delete every app that wastes your time on there and strictly have texting and calling. That's it. And see how much more time you have. Like I literally out here finishing assignments, doing bare stuff, like going hard, because I was like, I'm not spending time on social media anymore. So this whole week, I'm gonna take a week off, not see anything, nothing. I'm just gonna just live. And bro, I realized I had so much time in the day.
Yeah. There definitely is a lot of time. And I think time management is extremely important. It's the main differentiating factor between someone who's successful and someone who isn't as successful. But I want to enlighten you the different perspective, because we are on the topic of mentality. I personally believe that it's good to strive and push yourself to wake up extremely early in the morning. And I say this because if you're ever gonna learn to do things that you do not want to do, if you're already in a situation where you have the mental strength to do things that you don't want to do, then this doesn't quite apply. But if you're starting off, right, and you're in a situation where you do want to build the strength to do things that you don't want to do, waking up early is the most effective way of doing so, because it's what you least want to do. And honestly, like genuinely, my most productive time, this is obviously differs from person to person, but my most productive time has been in the mornings when everyone's asleep. The entire city, most of the city's asleep, right? You get to go outside, no one's bugging you. It's you and nature. That's it. And that time, I just find myself being more productive in that time. With that being said, there's another point that I wanted to allude on, and just try and take a slightly different angle. So, you suggested that we shouldn't be following influencers and whatnot, right? Yeah, um, Yeah, not exactly like that. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah.
Yeah, not exactly like that, but like something along the lines of that. And I do agree with you, but I actually think using them, someone who has a good work ethic, as a base, trying it for a little bit, and then adjusting it to what suits us best would be the ideal scenario.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was saying. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, um, yeah, no, you don't. I think yeah, you did nail that. You know, you don't have to like wake up at 5. You get like wake up at 7 and whatnot. I don't know. I personally believe that trying what they're doing when starting off
Exactly.
is good because chances are it's not gonna be doable or attainable. But again, this is a test of your mentality, your mental strength, your urgency. How badly do you want it, right? And it's I think it's a situation where we should be pushing ourselves to to we should be pushing ourselves to an extreme level, and life will kind of just like, as long as we're not too hard on ourselves, which I think a lot of us are though, but as long as we're not too hard on ourselves, life will kind of just like center itself for you. And that's why I think it's critical, or it's important, that we do push ourselves to places that we're not comfortable with, so that life will run its course, and then just like bring us back to reality.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with you. On that.
Definitely, definitely. Sorry, we're just gonna wrap this up real quick. Do you have any last words regarding this topic? Just like,
I would say don't limit yourself. Your mind is your most powerful weapon. And based on how you see situations and how you view situations, it's how you're going to view your life and how your life is going to be. So make sure that you are constantly seeking to find the good thing out of every situation, every scenario. Just take it one day at a time. Look at something that goes wrong and say, okay, what's the good in this? Just find a good, even if something doesn't go wrong, find a good in everything and try to find the good in everything and be grateful for everything. And you'll be able to strengthen that mentality that you have. Because it's easy to see with negatives because everybody else is seeing the negative. It's difficult to be the outlier, but you can be the outlier and you can potentially change the people around you and change the world around you. So that's my opinion.
yeah, I just want to add off real quick by saying that this is my personal opinion, but 70% of your life is determined by your mentality. All right, so whichever aspect of your life that you're talking about, um, a good portion, I would say 70% of it, is just fully determined, strictly based off of your mentality, and could be changed and could be, modified and whatnot based off of your mentality. It's an extremely, extremely important topic. Thank you so much for coming on and for having an amazing discussion on it. And yeah, that concludes the second episode. We'll talk to you all next week.
Take care. Take care. Deuces.
Take care.